Monster families ranked, huh? We haven't had one of these in a while. What the f is that? Somebody's like jumping up and down up there. Welcome to Monster Families Ranked, this time for the Sky Surfers. Let's just get a couple things out of the way before we get too deep into actually learning about the monsters. First things first, they all share a first skill. What it does, a little bit of damage, and it tries to absorb some attack bar. And they have two different options for second skills. The first is called Impulse Gun. It attempts to increase the target's skill cooldown times by 1 turn. And if you successfully do that, you decrease your own cooldown times by 1 turn. And you also absorb some attack bar with it. The second option is Spin Grab Shot. It attempts to single target strip and stun. Way more simple, but still really good. Now let's get a little bit more familiar with the people that we're ranking. First of all, there's John, the Fire Sky Surfer. He has Impulse Gun as his skill 2 option, and his unique third skill is Plasma Bomb. It puts a 1-turn bomb on the target and increases their skill cooldown times by 1 turn. Then it attempts to apply a bomb that lasts for 2 turns on everyone else. Pretty cool. Kind of a staple for bomb comps now. I'm talking really loud.
I don't know what we're yelling about!
He also has a leader skill that increases the resistance of your allies by 55% in Arena. Frankly, should probably be accuracy, but you know what? I get why it's not. Next up is Miles, the Water Sky Surfer, who has a unique passive that increases his speed by 5% up to 100% per beneficial effect that's in play. It also inflicts additional damage that ignores defense in proportion to his attack speed. Okay, so I'm gonna say that one more time. He gains speed equal to the buffs in play, and then he gets additional damage based on his speed. Now that's synergy. And additional damage that ignores defense is absolutely insane, because that means that he can even pump out huge numbers on targets who he doesn't have elemental advantage over. So on a glance, you could see a Miles do like 10,000 damage. Well, that sounds pretty good. And because none of this is scaling necessarily with attack, relying on crit rate or crit damage, that means you can build Miles, speed HP, and then still see crazy damage numbers. And he has a leader skill that increases his allies' defense in Arena by 44%. Next is Oliver, who's got Impulse Gun on his second skill and Mega Impulse Gun for his third skill. And you probably could have guessed, Mega Impulse Gun is just Impulse Gun, but Mega. So now it increases their cooldown times by 2 turns and tries to soak up all of their attack bar. And then he gains attack bar in proportion to however much he reduces. And just like the mini version, if you successfully increase their cooldown times, you'll reduce your cooldown times by the same amount. I just realized that Oliver would make a very thematic vampire. Like you're sucking up attack bar, you're sucking up their turns.
I'm a vampire.
And Oliver infamously has a 33% speed lead in Arena. Keep that in mind. We're dropping hints for the rankings. Next is Dallas. Should I hit Dallas? Is that his name?
Dallas.
That's right, chat. We're going to Dallas. Use command meetup if you're on Twitch. Daniel is the Light Sky Surfer. He's got Impulse Gun and Quantum Explosion for a third skill. Quantum Explosion tries to reduce all enemies' attack bars by 70%. And if there's no more attack bar to be reduced, then it's gonna try to take the difference out of their HP bar. So, AoE Molong? Sometimes. Usually not. His leader skill is a 33% crit rate lead in Arena. Jackson, the Dark Sky Surfer. He has Spin Grab Shot and a passive that makes it so anytime a member of your team gets their attack bar reduced, you will gain 10% attack bar. And it also increases the efficiency of your attack bar boosting effects by 50%. So he's fantastic if you happen to have something like a ragdoll, like Stoic. And Jackson's leader skill increases accuracy in Arena by 55%. See, I can't help but want that leader skill for a couple of these other ones, but you know, that's fine. Okay, now that we know who we're working with, let's move on to the rankings. Here we go. Number 5, it's John. I'm so sorry, but someone has to be last. John is great on bomb comps. If you're running a bomb comp, it's great to have John. He's so fun, you can put bombs, etc. You can also increase skill cooldown times. That's probably the coolest part about John, is that he functions as both. He can participate in double reset because he's got Impulse Gun on skill 2, and he increases the cooldown time of the target he puts the bomb on. I still wish that leader skill was accuracy though. Number 4, Daniel. Best case, AoE Molong. Worst case, absolutely nothing. But if you're running a comp that has like strip, into attack bar reduction from something, say, like a Chung Pung, followed immediately by Daniel, then he absolutely rocks. He makes for some really cool replays. So it's at this time that I think I should probably drop the reminder that this whole family is really good. Like, every single one of the Sky Surfers is pretty awesome. So bear that in mind as I say, oh, this one's at the bottom. This one's like, they're all still really good. It's kind of like ranking the oracles, you know? Or any of the monster families in the series. Number 3, Jackson. Did you hear that? Somebody's laughing or crying.
Oh, don't cry, are you?
Jackson. We love increasing the efficiency of our attack bar increasing effects. That means that Verd becomes more potent, Bastet becomes more potent, Ragdoll, etc. All these little increments of gaining attack bar. Oracle's first skills, all improved by Jackson. He's a little bit niche in the sense that you want to make sure you're bringing attack bar boosting effects or as a counterplay to attack bar reduction. But you'll find that you end up cycling way more turns with him than without him. And of course, we love a single target strip and stun on skill 2. Dude's awesome. Here we go, the top 2, as if it was a surprise. Number 2 is Miles. This dude does thousands and thousands of damage on a glance. On a glance. The fact that his passive gives additional damage that doesn't scale with attack, doesn't require crit rate, doesn't even need crit damage, means that you're going to be dishing out heavy damage as a tanky unit through the entire game. He also pairs really well with other units that are in the meta right now. He goes great with Shizuka, goes great with Rakuni. These are all positive things for Miles. Miles is absolutely thriving right now. And he even has a really nice backup leader skill if your speed lead happens to get banned. And speaking of speed leads, number 1, it's Oliver. The monster that the game just can't keep down. Allegedly, Oliver has been nerfed a couple times, but he is just still at the top, and he has an absolutely absurd pick rate in RTA for great reason. He's an incredible speed lead and gives constant value through the entire game. Plus, he's basically double reset as one unit, and we know what's happened to that in the past. Rest in peace, Ganymede. That's the Sky Surfers ranked. Let me know if you agree with my listing or if you'd maybe put Miles as number 1. Put it in a comment down below and let me know what monster family I should tackle next. Bye-bye, everybody.